Jesus was not coming from a fasting experience when that happened. He was just ordinary Jesus. He just went to John, and John baptized him in water like they baptized every other person. But as he was coming out of the water, the Spirit of God came upon him from heaven. So it's not anything that Jesus did. It's not anything that John did. It's what God chose to do. So that's how he got power. It was not fasting before he came. And I gave the attention to that because the Nigerian church has been terribly wrong about it. I don't know, I don't live in other countries, but I know that of Nigeria. I know that in Nigeria here, we have been taught strongly and wrongly also about receiving grace. Some of our fathers, let me repeat it again, have told us that they got grace by fasting. That they got grace by heavy sacrifices, heavy prayers that they prayed. That they got grace by punishing themselves and all of that. They fasted. So they push us into fasting. All of us who wanted grace, we began to fast. Some have died in the process of fasting. Some will even die in the mountain where they are praying. Die in the forest where they are praying. And nobody blame any father for all of that. You know, it's their own business. Me too, I would have died though. There was a time I actually entered the vehicle of death. You won't understand. But my wife knew. I entered the vehicle of death. Real vehicle. And the thing was carrying me away already. But because of those covenants that God has made with me, I just found myself, stop the driver. Hey, driver, stop. And he stopped. And I got down. I saw somebody inside that vehicle. The following week, they announced his death. So it's not a joking matter. I was in the vehicle of death. And it was fasting that threw me there. I fasted and I was going to die. I would have been a part of the casualties of this fasting thing. Now, don't forget what I told you yesterday. I still fast, too. I'm still fasting. But I'm no longer fasting for power. I'm no longer fasting to do miracle and all of that. No. The unfortunate part of it is that most of the people who were fasting for power, they never tasted the power till they died. But this our father are still saying the same thing. They are still telling us that we must fast. Don't kill yourself in case you are looking for power. And then I was asking you yesterday, what will you do with the power if you get it? Anyhow, the day Jesus walked into my sitting room, I was not fasting. The Lord showed me, last year was the, what do you call it now? Defining moment for me. Last year, just before this prayer last year, because I was on a 40 days dry. And I was on the 20th day when the Holy Spirit delivered me. Actually, I was asking questions myself. Because for 20 days, God did not say one single thing to me. Can you be fasting for 20 days? Praying, and God did not say anything. I said, something must be wrong somewhere. And then he began to show me. So I had to stop that fast on the 21st day. Call my wife to come and give me food. Bring food, let me eat. And I ate. And I continued my fast to 40 days. So but not that kind. I began to break every day, every day, every day. And you know what was amazing? The day I began to eat, that's when God began to speak to me. That's when I began to see revelations. That's when He began to give me instructions. I said, but you waited all this while. He said, because you were a woe before. You were a woe. You know what soldiers call a woe? On your own. You are out of order before. Now that you are in order, we can talk. Some did not die physically. They didn't die immediately. But they die gradually. One kidney is spoiled. The liver is spoiled. The lung is spoiled because of fasting. Even me, that last fast I'm talking about, that 20 days, I still have a wound in my body from that fast. Since last year, I still have a wound in my body. And I'm still begging God to heal me. And He's telling me, carry it as a mark for now. So that you remember that it's not by fasting. If something is free, you don't pay for it. If something is free, you don't sacrifice for it. It's freely given. Freely given. Freely given.